We are getting super close to the release of Disney Lorcana, an exciting new trading card game featuring iconic Disney characters with gameplay similar to other popular card games like Magic the Gathering. As a fan of Magic and Disney, I was immediately sold on the idea. Luckily, it seems to be a very intricate and well thought out game, so I can't wait to get my hands on some cards and try it out for myself. But the release of Lorcana has reminded me of a different Disney card game, a game I invested a decent amount of time into and even bought a whole themed binder for. Today, I want to discuss the now defunct interactive card game played all around Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Before we begin, be sure to cast a little magic of your own by hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel and helps you keep up with fun videos like this one. With that down, let's get started. Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom was an interactive card game around the Magic Kingdom. Players would go on a journey all over the park to different magical mirrors, following multiple storylines and using the cards to cast spells to defeat Disney villains. The spells were all based on different characters from the Disney lineup, such as Rapunzel's hair whip, Simba's roar, and Apprentice Mickey's broomsticks. Your journey began where your visit begins, at the start of Main Street, USA. Guests would enter the fire station and be introduced to the game. Guests would scan their magic band to redeem one free card pack per visit. One pack was enough to play the game. After being introduced to the game through a tutorial in the fire station, players were given a map and sent to their first portal. Each land had 5 portals, except Tomorrowland, which did not fit the fantasy setting of the game. So what was the story of the game? Having grown tired of the dreary scenery in the underworld, Hades from Hercules decides that the Magic Kingdom would make a lovely summer home. However, he knew Merlin from A Sword in the Stone would try to stop him with his magic crystal. To prevent this, Hades sent his minions Pain and Panic to steal the crystal. Unfortunately for him, they mess up and shatter the crystal into 8 pieces across the park. Now, Merlin needs you to recover the crystals, providing you with magical cards to defeat the villains that stand in your way. Hades, being the Lord of the Underworld, creates an army by resurrecting iconic Disney villains, such as Ursula, Maleficent, Scar, and Dr. Facilier. He also recruits a few other villains like Cruella, promising her 99 puppies, and Yzma, promising her control of Adventureland. He even releases Genie Jafar from his lamp for help. And that's the basic setup for the game. You utilize the powers of Disney heroes to defeat Hades and his army of villains. The gameplay was fairly simple, but had a lot of variety, thanks to the many available cards. Players would navigate to their designated portal, activating it with their magic bands, which would continue the storyline. After a cutscene, the battle would begin. Players would use their cards to fight, matching the strength of the card type with the weakness of the villain they're facing. The spells had 9 classes: Toy, Machine, Animal, Fairy, Hero, Princess, Warrior, Monster, and Mystic. Along with 7 attack types: Charming, Energy, Gross, Quick, Strong, Flying, and Wishful. So I played the game on my visit in 2018. I had never heard of the game before this, despite visiting the parks many times beforehand, but got super into it once I got started. I'm a sucker for collectibles, and free stuff is super uncommon at the parks, so I jumped right on that. The gameplay was fun, and I enjoyed doing it, but I found it very difficult to dedicate time to it during a busy vacation. For that reason, I think I only ever beat the Adventureland storyline. It felt to me like a good idea for locals or frequent visitors who wanted something extra to spice up their visit. For a yearly visitor like myself, it was a little too time-consuming and would take away from my ability to ride all the rides and see all the sights. But I did buy the cool binder, which came with a shoulder strap to carry it around the park. It has a cool spellbook design with the Sorcerer's logo on it and had plenty of pages to house the cards I collected each day. And honestly, even without the game, these cards are pretty cool. They even had some fairly obscure characters represented. Doris from Meet the Robinsons, Bolt, Rover from the Carousel of Progress. I think my favorites were the ones themed to park attractions, but those were all party exclusives. Hitchhiking Ghost, the Skeleton Helmsman, even the Orange Bird. The game officially ended in 2021, with Disney citing changes in guest use of mobile technology as the reasoning, along with a general decline in interest. I definitely felt the game was on its way out towards the end. There used to be lines for the portals, but I barely saw anyone playing on my last few visits. The portals were also finicky. sometimes my cards would just not scan, causing the villain to defeat me, which meant I had to go to a different portal to try again. This got very frustrating when you had to run around the entire respective land in Florida's summer heat just to play a card game. What really disappointed me about the game is that it had no physical game to play, just the Portal gameplay in the Magic Kingdom. A physical game like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon would have given players a reason to collect them and continue using them outside of their Disney trips. Now, since the game is defunct, the cards serve no purpose beyond collecting for the cool artwork or remembering a game that once was. I do love when Disney tries new ways to add entertainment around the existing parks, like the multiple iterations of the World Showcase adventure. One of my favorite examples was the short-lived Legends of Frontierland, an immersive roleplay adventure that served as a test run for Galaxy's Edge. I'd love to discuss that in a future video. Ultimately, I was a fan of the game, but I think it was smart to end it when they did. I'll still keep my card collection as a memory of Walt Disney World's past and look forward to what they do in the future. But I am very excited about the release of Lorcana, which offers something I was hoping that Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom was going to do. Now we have a Disney-themed card game that can be played at home with actual physical gameplay. So stay tuned as I plan to buy and review the new Lorcana game once it releases to the public. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out so we can keep making fun content. We also have Instagram and TikTok. You can find all of those with the link tree down in the description. Thanks for watching.